Hey guys, Ace is here, and today we're going to be talking about the secret to success with affiliate marketing. So reporting to you back here from my car today, kind of on the go, and so I want to record this video, and it's kind of a 2-in-1 tip for you. One, because there's a good chance that the fact that you clicked on this video was because it was titled with secret somewhere in the title, right? Probably like the secret to success with affiliate marketing. And so that's a tip in and of itself, guys. Scarcity, exclusivity, limitations, it's all a very big component of being able to add urgency to people wanting to click or wanting to find out more about your product or your service, right? So using keywords or power words like secret or for a limited time, talking about an exclusive offer, all those things kind of help to get people to want to click, to want to find out more, right? And so if you incorporate that in your marketing, I guarantee you probably might get a little bit more clicks than normal. So if you actually clicked on this video to discover what the secret is to affiliate marketing, guys, it may be a little bit of a bummer for you because the secret that I'm going to share with you guys here is that there is really no secret when it comes to being successful with affiliate marketing. It really comes down more, guys, to just being able to be consistent and having a system that you follow day in and day out. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today more so in this video. So if there's really one secret that I can really share with you guys is that you need to show up to your business. You need to be consistent with your business. And so what does that mean in affiliate marketing? What does that mean for you? Basically what that means, guys, is that you want to make sure that you show up to your business. I can't tell you how many times I personally failed in my businesses or lacked results, even though I was doing a business for 6 months or a year even, right? And I would sit back and look at the results that I had achieved in that 6-month period or whatever, and I would look at it and be like, that's it, that's really all I got. I've been doing this for like 6 months. But when I took a step back, guys, and really paid attention to what I was doing, I wasn't really doing much to be honest with you. I was saying to myself that I was working on my business, but really what I was doing, guys, often enough was I was stuck in consumption mode. So a lot of us, when it comes to business, guys, we get stuck in doing things that keep us busy, so kind of more like busy work rather than actual productive work. And so what does that kind of mean? So busy work, guys, is doing things that make us feel good. It makes us feel like we're keeping busy. It makes us feel like we're moving forward in our business. It makes us feel like we're getting closer to success. But really, guys, it's just keeping us in the exact same spot. We're not really moving forward. And so things like things that keep us busy work are things like trying to plan out how we're going to execute our business, consuming content, like watching courses that are going to teach us about how to improve our business, right? Watching live streams of our favorite gurus or mentors, right? Because they're sharing some sort of content, or maybe they had a webinar that you wanted to jump onto or whatever, right? And so as you guys all know, webinars could be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of your day. And if you sit there and consume all that information, right, one of two things often happens. One is you'll either get distracted because there's always going to be more content for you to consume. There's always going to be another webinar, another guru, another course for you to buy. And the thing is that each one of those things, only really what it does is it ties you up, right? It keeps you busy, right? And it makes you feel like, okay, I'm going to learn this new tactic. I'm going to learn this new strategy. I'm going to learn this new thing that I'm going to be able to implement into my business. But unless you do that second part of that sentence, guys, which is actually implement it into your business, you're going to stay exactly where you are. And that's exactly what I did. For a long time, I would literally jump onto so many webinars. I would be on at least a couple of webinars a week, consuming content. I would buy courses and literally down them. Like I would actually be one of the few people who would actually go through the courses, because if you've ever listened to Tony Robbins, he talks about how, like, I think it's like something ridiculous, like 20% of people who actually buy any of his courses or anything like that at his events ever really even open up the packaging. They often just end up collecting dust, and they never even end up being open, because people get excited in the moment. They're excited about wanting to do something in their business, and they buy the product or they buy a course, but then they never implement it. They never even watch it to get to the point where they can implement the information that's being shared with them, right, guys? And so knowledge isn't power. If you've ever heard that sentence or that statement, that knowledge is power, it's not. Knowledge is only potential power, and the power really comes from implementing that knowledge. Okay, guys, and so if you're finding yourself, in that position where you're keeping yourself busy, you're watching webinars, you're consuming courses, you're watching hours of YouTube, you're scrolling through, your guru's content on Instagram or Facebook feed or wherever, right? All that stuff might make you feel good. It might make you feel like you're learning, but unless you implement that stuff and take action on it, then you're gonna stay stuck where you are, right? And so when I paid attention, guys, to the stuff that I was doing, you know, a lot of what the gurus were telling me in terms of like how to, you know, implement stuff in my business, and if I did a certain amount of work, or that if I generated a certain amount of leads, that I would get a certain type of result, often enough translated to being true. You know, there was a time where I remember seeing, like, it was kind of a general statistic where it was like, hey, if you could get basically 80 visitors to a specific sales page, you would often enough get about, I think it was something like 8 to 12 leads, and out of those 8 to 12 leads, it would convert into a sale. Now, this isn't for everybody in every business or whatever, right? But for this particular business, they had, you know, done enough testing and stuff like that to find out that their system, right, was converting at that level. And so you know, they were able to kind of predict that would be the case, right? And sure enough, when I would go back and look at my results, those numbers did translate. But the problem was that I wasn't doing enough work to get enough people to the sales page, to get enough people to become leads, to get enough people to translate into sales. And so that's the reason why I lacked in results, guys. And so if I had kept more consistent, in doing the things that were going to drive traffic to my business, then, guys, that would have made a huge difference in my business. And so when I started doing that kind of stuff, and you know, starting to implement some of those actions, that's when I started seeing results in my business. So what are some of the things that you guys can kind of do? And one of the things that I struggled with, guys, a lot of the time, was trying to figure out and come up with a strategy in my head of what do I do every single day to be able to do those basic things for me to be able to grow my business. And so everything kind of starts, guys, with content creation. It starts by attracting your audience, right? If you think about whatever business model, whatever product you're trying to sell or promote in your business as an affiliate, right, you need to be able to create content or create something that's going to attract your ideal customer to you, right? And those are the daily things that you want to focus on. So here's a perfect example for you. Let's say if you were somebody who was trying to sell hosting, right? Hosting is a huge, you know, a huge affiliate business, right? It's literally a multi-million, if not billion-dollar industry in and of itself, right? Because there's so many people out there who want to create a website, whether they're a small business owner, whether they're an online marketer, whether they're just a person who wants to create a hobby website, whatever. There's so many people who want to create websites, right? So if you were somebody who wanted to sell hosting, right, which is what everybody who's looking to build a website needs, right? They need to be able to host their website somewhere so people can see it, right? Then what I would do is I would create content around that specific niche, right? So maybe creating tutorial videos on YouTube on things like, you know, how to set up a WordPress blog, how to, you know, pick your theme, what kind of different themes can you pick that will be the best for blogging, you know, and things like that. When you're creating content around stuff that people would be interested in, right? So somebody who's looking to build a website, chances are they're doing research, they're trying to find out what are the tools that they are going to need to be able to, you know, start up their website. They're probably testing the water, so to speak, to see, you know, can I do this? A lot of people have, you know, that apprehension or that fear that because stuff is really techy, especially with something like building a website, right? They're like, can I even do this? Can I? So they start doing research and like, hey, is this easy enough that I can do? And so if you're creating videos, I mean, like, you know, 5 easy steps of creating your first WordPress blog, right? You create a video about that, people watch that video, you're attracting the type of people that you want to sell to you, right? And so if you're creating those types of videos, you're creating that type of content, or this could be the same idea, it could be a blog, right? If you're more comfortable writing as opposed to being on video, then you write a blog with the same sort of idea, right? The 5 things to do when building your first WordPress blog, or whatever the case is, right? Or 5 things you should know before starting up your own blog, whatever the case is. After people have consumed that content, at the end of it, give them a call to action, right? Give them something or a reason, an incentive to go ahead and click on your link. Give them an offer of some sort. So if you're creating a video, whether it's a blog, you know, the next step could be like, hey guys, you know, I've actually created a step-by-step walkthrough of how to set up your first blog in under 1 hour, right? So if you want access to that video, go ahead and click the link below, or click on the link, you know, below this video, whatever the case is, depending on what type of content you're creating, and then you go ahead and send people to there, right? And so that's really all you really need to do, right? And so the more content you're creating, right, what you're basically doing is you're creating like an army of you, right? You're creating a ton of little armies of you, right, that is out there doing the work for you, right? They're sharing this content with people, they're reaching out to people, right? People are finding you. And so what happens is that, you know, that it allows you to build a relationship with people. It allows you to build some positive rapport with them, because the fact that you're helping them out, right, you're getting them one step closer to their end goal, which is to create a website, right? That's the thing. A lot of people feel like you need to be an expert, or that you need to, you know, help people like to get from point A to point B, meaning from like where they are right now, which is they're thinking about getting started on a website. Point B is actually having the website completed. But we know, guys, that it's not as easy a step as 1 to 2, right? It's not just a matter of like, okay, cool, I'm thinking about creating a website and done. The website's done, right? It's not that easy, right? There's going to be a lot of little steps that people need to do in between before they get to a finalized website, right? They need to first off find hosting. They need to be able to think of whether they're going to do a WordPress website. They're going to need to learn about different plugins they might need for their website. They're going to need to learn about the different themes they need for their website. They're going to need how to create banners on their website, how to do all this different stuff, right? But each one of those things is one step closer for them to create their website. And so if you're creating that content and that value for them that gets them basically one step closer every single time to that final goal, then guess what? You've become a trusted advisor. You've become a person that they've relied on and that's been teaching them how to get to where they want to be, right? And this can lead you to a variety of different things, right? You might be selling a product like hosting, but it can also lead you to people reaching out to you and saying, hey, you know what? You look like you know what you're doing. How about if you create my website for me? Can I pay you to create my website for me? And then you can start creating things like done for you websites, right? And that's an even higher price point, right? Or you can sell both, right? You can get them to go ahead and you can create their website for them at the same time after they've signed up to you to your link to actually buy the hosting. You can get 2 commissions for the price of 1. Right, guys? So this is what I'm telling you. There's so much potential in doing this stuff, but the problem is most people don't want to do that work, right? They don't want to create the content. They don't want to go and start attracting their audience. They don't want to go out there and start doing the process. And that's the thing, guys. If you focus every single day on creating one piece of content, or at least creating some work that's going to get you to creating that piece of content, maybe doing some research on what topics you should be creating content around, or maybe if you don't have the skills yet, right, that will help you to be able to create this content, go out there, learn those skills, like learning about how to set up a WordPress website, right, how to set up WordPress on a blog, I'm doing all that stuff. You learn the skills, then you go out there and create content around teaching it, right? And so you're gonna have your own spin, you're gonna have your own version of it, and people will naturally attract to you because of it. All right, guys. And so all these little things are the things that are going to keep you busy, and those are the things that you want to do that are actually going to get you closer to making more sales, to getting more results in your business. If you just kind of play the game of being entertained and being the consumer, right, where you're actually sitting there and watching all the YouTube videos, you're sitting there and just consuming webinars and learning all these tactics or learning all this stuff from all your favorite gurus and stuff, right? You're just consuming. But the real key to success, guys, and if there's one secret really, guys, that I can really share with you here, is that as opposed to being the consumer, you want to be the creator, right? You want to be the content creator. And so as you're becoming this publisher, as you're creating all this content, what's going to happen is the more you do it, the more content you have out there, the more opportunities you're giving yourself to getting people attracted to you, to getting people into your world, and getting people to actually buy from you. All right, guys, so hopefully this video was helpful for you, and I apologize for the noise. It's kind of rainy here right now, so I should probably get off my phone. All right, guys, so I really hope the video was of value for you, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Take care.